I'm going to show how to remove a dent in a plastic bumper. As you can see, there's more than one dent present. I will address each one individually. Here are the recommended tools you will need. A heat gun or hair dryer. I will be using a heat gun on this project. You will also need a way to push the dent from the inside out. A hammer handle works great. I like using a rubber-coated handle to minimize slip. For easier access, I recommend driving the car up on ramps. However, this is optional if you can fit underneath the car. Using a creeper will also make this a little bit more comfortable. Next, inspect the inside of the bumper. Make sure you can access the dent with a hammer handle. Then begin heating up the dent with a heat gun or blow dryer. Note, a blow dryer will take at least twice as long as a heat gun. If using a heat gun, be sure to keep it moving around the dent. You do not want to hold it in one place for too long. Doing so can create more damage by melting and burning the plastic. I have found that 4 or 5 minutes with the heat gun worked well. Once again, make sure to keep the heat gun moving. Check the temperature of the surface with a bare hand. It should be hot enough where you can't touch it for more than a couple seconds. Next, have someone maintain the heat while you access the inside of the bumper. This all depends on the environmental temperature. Then, start working the dent out with the end of the hammer handle as seen here. Now, move to the next spot that needs treated and repeat this process. The larger dent may take more time to work out. I learned that it is better to start from the edge and work to the middle of the dent. When starting in the center of the dent, I created too much force and created a lump. This was a good lesson learned. However, the end product was satisfactory. Next, I reattached the bumper to its original clips. I then treated the area with adhesive remover and buffed using a sponge wheel on my drill. This helped remove the paint residue that was left from the other car. Next, take a clean cloth and wipe any film from the bumper. Then, add touch-up paint to the rough spots. You can always take this a step further and refinish the whole bumper later if so desired. Finally, drive off the ramps and allow the paint to dry. The bumper now looks significantly better than it did before.